NCAA football rules changed?
There is a rules committee, standing committee with the NCAA, made up of 12 coaches and administrators from each of the 4 divisions of football, FBS, FCS, Division II, and Division III. They meet once per year, and they met in February this year in Indianapolis. I'm a member of the editorial subcommittee, so I was at that meeting and was able to listen to that discussion. They come up with a list of changes that are published and go before the NCAA football world for a comment period, and then they are reviewed by the playing rules oversight panel to make sure that any rules change doesn't adversely affect college football. We publish a rule book every 2 years. The bottom line is coaches make football rules.
What 2011 rule change will have the biggest impact from a fan's perspective?
I think there are 3. The first one was actually announced last year. So a member of the scoring team that commits an unsportsmanlike conduct foul in the field of play before a touchdown is scored, that becomes a live ball foul, just like holding or clipping. We need a flag on the spot where the foul occurred, and that becomes the spot of the foul. After the touchdown is scored, that could be the enforcement spot. If that's the only foul, it would take the touchdown away, and the scoring team would then be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line if that foul occurred on the 10. In 2010, that rule did not take away the touchdown, but the foul would have been administered on the ensuing free kick or perhaps on the try. So this year, unsportsmanlike conduct foul in the field of play by anybody on the scoring team could negate the touchdown. That could have a huge impact. The second one is along the same lines. Members of the defense who committed an unsportsmanlike conduct foul in 2011, that foul now carries an automatic first down. So that if we have a defensive end who makes a great play on the quarterback and sacks him on a 3rd and 10, and you think it's going to be 4th and 20, but then he gets up and does a throat slash or some other taunting, that becomes an automatic first down, and the drive stays alive for the offense. That could have a bigger impact on the outcome of a game than the one we described previously on a scoring play. The third thing is that we have now the possibility of a 10-second runoff. If inside a minute of either half and the clock is running, either team commits a foul that keeps the ball from being snapped and therefore stops the clock, we could have a 10-second runoff. The offended team is the one that makes that decision. This rule is very similar to the NFL and actually was born in the Music City Bowl last year is the reason that discussion came up.
What 2011 rule change will have the biggest impact from an official's perspective?
Well, those first 2 certainly will have an impact on us. It is very difficult, as we have witnessed in a myriad of situations, for us to be absolutely consistent with what constitutes a foul and what does not constitute a foul and is simply youthful exuberance. So those 2 put us in a position where we have to make a decision, and sometimes those decisions are not popular. The next thing, blocking below the waist rules have changed philosophically. The average fan probably won't know the difference, but we've got some more responsibilities as to where the block occurs, where the person was that committed the block at the snap, that will make that a bit more difficult.
How would you rate the performance of the OVC staff in 2010?
This was the 4th year of our program, and 2010 was our most consistent year. I'm quite certain that every fan could probably think of a play or 2 or 10 that they think we may have missed, but we were consistent throughout the year. I was very pleased with the performance of the staff. In 2009, an OVC crew worked the national championship game in Chattanooga, and at the end of 2010, we worked the national semifinal game at Eastern Washington. So our staff does a very good job, and I'm proud of the work they do.